From a bold pantsuit to wearing red as a sign of power, Meghan Markle has let her clothes do the talking since leaving the royal family. Here's how the California resident's wardrobe went from neutral and dull to fearless and colorful. Just a cursory scroll through Meghan Markle's early months and years as a member of the firm, otherwise known as the royal family, will show that she tried her best to not outshine any other family members. Of course, she is naturally stunning, so blending into the background isn't exactly the easiest thing for her to do. But as she explained in the couple's Netflix docuseries, she did everything she could to play by the fashion rules and not draw too much attention to herself. Her wardrobe at the time largely consisted of designs by Amelia Wickstead, neutral coats, toned-down silhouettes, and modest jewelry. It was all by design, Meghan said in the Netflix docuseries. To my understanding, you can't ever wear the same color as Her Majesty if there's a group event, but then you also shouldn't be wearing the same color as one of the other more senior members of the family, so I wore a lot of muted tones, but it also was so I could just blend in. Though she hit the ground running as a member of the royal family with her stunning wedding gown and reception dress, it became clear that Meghan Markle wasn't always kept in the loop when it came to formal events. Any royal watcher will tell you that there is an unspoken rule when it comes to the royal wardrobe. The women of the family are often coordinated to some extent. Shortly before Meghan and Prince Harry got married, Prince William and Princess Catherine welcomed their third child, Prince Louis. By the time Meghan and Harry tied the knot and she had been named the Duchess of Sussex, it was time for Louis to be christened. If you are newer to royal traditions, the christening of a royal baby is a big deal. Portraits are taken to encapsulate the moment, and Louis's christening pictures speak volumes to Meghan's exclusion. Catherine donned white, Camilla Parker Bowles wore cream, and Catherine's sister and mother both wore light blue. William's tie was blue, as was Harry's, and young Prince George and Princess Charlotte were also in light blue and white colors. Meghan, meanwhile, wore a gorgeous olive green Ralph Lauren dress for the occasion, but it became incredibly clear from the photos on the day in question that she was not looped in where it mattered. Meghan Markle's wardrobe, while a working member of the royal family, was strategic, but once it was announced that Meghan and Harry were stepping away from their positions within the royal family, Meghan's wardrobe exploded with color. She said in the Netflix docuseries,
"I wore a lot of color that week. Just felt like, well, let's just look like a rainbow."
Harry added,
"It was our opportunity to go out with a bang."
And go out with a bang they did. Meghan started the week with a gorgeous blue Victoria Beckham dress while attending the Endeavour Fund Awards, where she and Harry were pictured cuddled under an umbrella and donning incredible smiles. From there, she dazzled in a Sophia red cape dress at the Mountbatten Music Festival, and later in an emerald green Amelia Wickstead for the Commonwealth Day service. After leaving the UK, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were able to settle in Montecito, California, and soon thereafter, Meghan was back at work. As it was the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Meghan and Harry's activism was confined to Zoom and video calls, but that didn't stop them from connecting with the causes that they worked with, both in the UK and elsewhere. In her first video appearance since leaving Europe, Meghan joined the Hub Community Kitchen for a virtual event in 2020, speaking to the work that they did together while she was still in London. A few years prior, moved by the women who gathered together in the aftermath of the Grenfell Tower fire in 2017, she teamed up with them to write, publish, and sell a cookbook. Meghan said while chatting on screen, "You showed up and you all had it in you, and what was so great was back at that first day, and then however many visits later and going, yeah, we're just going to make a cookbook." What was equally refreshing was her wardrobe choice for the appearance. The former senior royal didn't go all out, but rather joined the charity conversation in a white t-shirt, minimal makeup, with her hair slicked back into a bun. In this instance, simple is sometimes better. As the COVID-19 pandemic raged on, Meghan Markle still dedicated herself to different causes and organizations. Joining nonprofits through video chats and activists through one-on-one events, Meghan started to develop what can only be described as her new professional uniform. While chatting with women's rights activist Gloria Steinem for what was dubbed a backyard chat, Meghan looked stunning in a white t-shirt and a pair of white and black striped pants. She kept her hair loose and looked effortlessly put together. She mimicked such a cool and collected look while joining SmartWorks for a virtual event, wearing a white blazer and draping her hair to the side in a low ponytail. Telling the clients on the call that confidence is the best accessory, Meghan clearly knew that her own confidence was shining through. Making yet another appearance, this time with Fortune senior editor Ellen McGritt for Fortune's Most Powerful Women Virtual Summit, Meghan sported a blue and white striped button-down, simple jewelry, and natural makeup. Speaking to the hurdles that the age of the internet presents, the Duchess looked professional, poised, and ready to get to work. Though she made plenty of other appearances, Meghan stuck to a chic and powerful look: colored shirts, blocked colors, white hues, and natural makeup. She showed up for the work and let her clothes speak for themselves. In one of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's first trips since relocating to California, the couple hopped on over to the Big Apple for the Global Citizen Live event. Naturally, the Duchess pulled out all the fashion stops and presented watchers with a chic professional wardrobe that was no fuss and all business.
Hi, everybody.
Meghan first stepped out in a camel coat from Max Mara, a pair of oversized sunglasses by Valentino, and a Valextra handbag. Bringing her professionalism to the next level for her visit to the One World Observatory, Meghan wore a turtleneck from the Row, paired with a navy suit and coat from Giorgio Armani. When visiting Harlem during the trip, Meghan donned a bit more color with a Loro Piana oversized jacket with coordinated pants and Manolos. For the actual Global Citizen Live event, where she and Harry spoke about the importance of vaccine equity, Meghan wore a very 70s-inspired mini dress from Valentino, which featured a delicate beading at the hemline. All in all, she gave a fashion masterclass that week. As Meghan Markle became more and more ingrained in life outside of the royal family, it became clear that she was ready to once again experiment with color and silhouettes. While attending the Salute to Freedom Gala, Meghan stunned in a custom Carolina Herrera gown designed for her by Wes Gordon. The crimson red color looked exceptional with the Duchess's golden skin and dark brown hair, which she had slicked back for the occasion. Though she had rocked color before, Meghan's dress, its hue, the silhouette, the newfound sense of boldness, sent shockwaves through the fashion community. Though we've seen Meghan Markle in white before, the Duchess stepped out at the 2022 Invictus Games in the Netherlands in a striking look that we're still talking about today. She looked effortlessly chic and ready to take on just about anything. The outfit in question consisted of a Valentino suit jacket and pants that were tailored to the Duchess with absolute precision. Meghan paired the look with a chain strap bag, also from Valentino, and a pair of heels from Aquazzura. It seems as though Meghan Markle wears red during events of heightened importance, and her One Young World Summit appearance in 2022 was no exception. In her first speech in the UK since leaving, Meghan was back in the country where everything changed for her and addressed the audience about the importance of stepping up to the plate. For the event, the Duchess chose a stunning red ensemble that featured a blouse with a tie at the neck and a coordinated pair of trousers. Making the look that much better, however, was the designer. The pieces were both from Another Tomorrow, a sustainable brand that uses recycled materials, offsets its carbon footprint, and invests its profits across philanthropic endeavors. Perhaps Meghan Markle's power through fashion truly exists in what designers she wears, what jewelry she chooses, and what colors she incorporates for high-profile events. If anything, her wardrobe does more talking than she does, and her attendance at the Ripple of Hope Awards Gala in 2022 was no exception. Looking absolutely striking in a white Louis Vuitton dress with a powerful off-the-shoulder neckline, Meghan wowed with her slicked-back hair and natural makeup, joining Prince Harry on the carpet for the event. Her jewelry for the night, as you may have guessed, spoke volumes about her life since leaving the royal family. When then Prince Charles and Diana Spencer got engaged, Diana chose an incredible diamond and sapphire engagement ring that now sits on Princess Catherine's hand. However, when Diana and Charles got divorced, Diana wasn't seen in the engagement ring anymore and instead replaced it with an aquamarine ring dubbed her Freedom Ring. As such, Meghan's decision to channel Princess Diana by wearing her ring at the 2022 event certainly did not go unnoticed, and it seemed to indicate that a new chapter was starting for her. Meghan paired the look with black heels and a pair of earrings from Carolina Herrera.